Number 10. Passing out on purpose. Imagine being in danger. Your body's brilliant solution is turning you into a ragdoll. Yep, fainting isn't always an accident. It can actually be a built-in survival feature. Because when you're overwhelmed, scared, or bleeding, sometimes your brain just pulls the plug and goes, yeah, let's sit this one out. This is called vasovagal syncope. Your heart rate and blood pressure suddenly drop, starving your brain of oxygen for a hot second. The lights go out, you crumple to the floor, and to anyone watching, you look like a puppet whose strings just got cut. Helpful? Not really, unless you count making predators think you're already dead as a strategy. The creepy part is how automatic it is. You don't decide to faint, it decides for you. Your nervous system basically hijacks the controls, like an overprotective parent grabbing the steering wheel. And sometimes the danger it reacts to is laughably minor. Needles standing too long, even intense emotions can trigger it. Imagine your body treating awkward first date with the same emergency protocol as line attack. Thanks, evolution. But here's the twisted logic. Fainting conserves energy, reduces blood loss if you're injured, and might trick a threat into losing interest. It's like your body yelling, "Don't mind me, I'm already useless." The downside is fainting in the wrong place, say, a staircase, subway platform, or the frozen foods aisle can cause more harm than the original threat. So in the end, your faint reflex is like Windows doing an emergency shutdown. Sure, it might protect the hardware, but it usually just leaves you sprawled on the floor, rebooting in public while everyone stares. Number 9. Stress-Induced Diarrhea. You know that saying scared sh**+? Yeah, turns out it's not just a colorful phrase. When you're terrified, your digestive system sometimes panics too literally. Because nothing says survival like sprinting for your life and the bathroom. Here's the science. Your fight-or-flight system reroutes blood away from your stomach and intestines toward your muscles. Digestion gets shoved onto the back burner, and the gut reacts by evacuating. Fast. In evolutionary terms, this made sense. An empty gut made you lighter, faster, and less appealing to predators who weren't keen on messy meals. But in modern life, this instinct just makes you the star of your own bathroom horror movie. Big exam, nervous date, surprise work presentation? Congratulations, your body has activated its jet propulsion mode at the absolute worst possible time. It's so common that doctors call it stress-related bowel dysfunction. Doesn't that sound fun? Basically, your intestines are drama queens. They overreact to adrenaline and cortisol like they're auditioning for a soap opera. And the result is either constipation from clenching up, or the infamous fear diarrhea when everything exits stage left. So next time you're frantically Googling, "Why does my stomach hate me?" remember, it's not broken, it's overprotective. Your body genuinely thinks it's helping you escape danger. Too bad the only thing you're escaping is dignity. Number 8. Blood vessel clampdown. Ever notice how your hands and feet sometimes go cold when you're scared? That's not just nerves, it's your circulatory system pulling off a creepy little trick called peripheral vasoconstriction. Basically, your blood vessels slam shut in your arms, legs, and fingers to redirect blood toward your vital organs. It's like your body going, okay, forget the hands, forget the toes, keep the brain and heart alive. Those are the VIPs. Which sounds noble until you realize you're suddenly trying to run from danger with numb, icy limbs that feel like they've been replaced with mannequin parts. This reflex is ancient survival logic. Less blood in your extremities means less bleeding out if you're injured. In a fight with, say, a bear, that would make sense. In a modern office when your boss yells at you? Not so much. You're not about to lose a limb to Karen from HR. But your body doesn't care, it still shuts down your circulation like you're in medieval combat. And here's the kicker, that same survival trick is why people in shock often turn pale. Their body is hoarding blood for the core, leaving the skin looking ghostly. Great for survival, not so great when your friends think you're auditioning for a zombie role. So yeah, your body's emergency blood-saving feature is basically the equivalent of shoving everything valuable into a panic room, while the rest of you just freezes to death outside. Number 7. Spontaneous screaming. You ever notice how you can scream without meaning to? Like you didn't decide to your vocal cords just launched into banshee mode all on their own. That's your body's built-in alarm system, and it is disturbingly effective. Humans evolved screams as distress signals. The moment danger shows up, your diaphragm and larynx land together to produce a sound designed to slice through all other noise. Scientists even measured it. Human screams have a weird quality called roughness, which your brain can't ignore. Even if you're asleep, your brain snaps awake like someone just dropped a chainsaw in your bedroom. The creepy part is how reflexive it is. Step on a Lego, see a shadow move, or almost drop your phone. Bam, instant scream, no logical thought required. Which is cool when you're warning the tribe about an incoming predator. Less cool when you're just announcing to the world that you saw a moth. From an evolutionary standpoint, screaming was life insurance. The louder you were, the faster help arrived or the predator got startled and left. In modern life, it mostly ensures your neighbors think you're either dying or watching a horror movie at full volume. So if you've ever embarrassed yourself with an involuntary scream, don't worry, you weren't being dramatic. You were just activating one of the oldest human sirens ever invented. Unfortunately, your body still can't tell the difference between tiger attack and spider on the shower curtain. Number 6. The pain shutoff switch. Imagine breaking your leg but somehow still sprinting down a field. Sounds impossible, right? But your body actually has a built-in emergency override that can temporarily turn off pain. It's like hitting mute on your nervous system while everything is still on fire. This happens because of endorphins and adrenaline, your natural painkillers. In moments of extreme danger, your brain floods your system with these chemicals, dulling the signals that would normally make you curl up in a ball and cry. Instead, you keep going because apparently survival is more important than OW, my femur. It's the same reason athletes sometimes finish games with broken bones or soldiers keep fighting despite serious wounds. Their bodies just said, nah, we'll deal with that later, later being, of course, when they collapse in agony after the danger is gone. Here's the creepy twist. Your brain isn't stopping the injury, it's just hiding the notification. Like your phone putting texts on silent, the damage is still happening. You're just blissfully unaware until your system turns the pain alarms back on. Which is why people often don't notice cuts, burns, or injuries until after the adrenaline dump wears off. So while this survival trick can save your life in the moment, it's also a little like driving a car with the check engine light disabled. Sure, you'll get home, but by then the engine might already be toast. Number 5. The blood doping trick. Your body has a weird way of squeezing every last drop of performance out of you literally. When danger hits, your spleen, yes, that neglected organ nobody talks about, contracts and dumps a reserve of red blood cells into your bloodstream. Boom, instant oxygen boost. It's basically natural blood doping, the kind of thing Olympic athletes get banned for. Suddenly your muscles have extra fuel, your stamina spikes, and you can push way harder than you thought possible. Cool, right, except your spleen isn't doing this because it believes in your athletic dreams. It's doing it because it thinks you're running from a lion. The effect doesn't last long, but in prehistoric times, it could have been the difference between outrunning a predator or becoming lunch. In modern times, it just means you might crush that 5K run when you're stressed out, then wonder why you feel like a dead battery afterwards. The creepy part is how sneaky it is. You don't feel your spleen working, you don't even realize what's happening, you just suddenly have this weird burst of energy. Then, just as quickly, you crash, because unlike a sports drink commercial, your body doesn't care about recovery. Its whole plan is, give them one last burst before we die. So congratulations, your spleen is basically your body's shady personal trainer, pumping you full of emergency juice whether you asked for it or not. Number 4. Time warp brain. Ever been in a car accident or a near-death moment and swear everything went into slow motion? That's not Hollywood magic, it's your brain literally messing with how you experience time. What's happening is adrenaline and norepinephrine flood your system, ramping up attention and memory. Your brain starts recording more details per second than usual. Later, when you look back, it feels like the moment stretched out, like your life turned into a Zack Snyder movie trailer. Here's the disturbing part: time doesn't actually slow down. You just think it does because your brain is cramming the experience into high-definition memory. It's the same way a boring class feels endless, but a fun night flies by, except in this case, your brain is basically spamming screenshots of your own near death. Why would evolution give us this feature? Simple: more perception means more chances to react and survive. If you're falling, noticing tiny details like which branch to grab could save you. The downside: it's terrifying. People often walk away from accidents with crystal clear memories burned into their heads forever. Like your nervous system decided, cool, let's traumatize them in 4K so they never forget. So yeah, thanks brain. Instead of just letting danger happen in real time, you make it feel like a personalized horror movie marathon. Number 3. The death rattle breathing. This one sounds straight out of a haunted house. When your body goes into shock or extreme survival mode, your breathing can shift into something called agonal respiration. It's basically gasping, gurgling, or rattling breaths that happen when your brainstem desperately trying to keep oxygen flowing. Creepy name aside, it's your body's Hail Mary attempt to survive. The brainstem takes over automatic breathing when higher functions are failing. The result: noisy, irregular breaths that sound like you're halfway to becoming a ghost. Paramedics describe it as one of the eeriest sounds in medicine. It literally makes bystanders think someone's already dead. But here's the twisted part: sometimes these ragged gasps actually keep enough oxygen moving to buy precious minutes. Evolution coded in a failsafe. Even if your brain is shutting down, some primitive part of you still fights for life. It's not elegant, it's not pretty, it's your body flailing in the most unsettling way possible. Of course, it's not usually a good sign. It often means your body is right on the edge. But it's still your system clawing onto survival until the very last possible moment. Think of it as your body's final, terrifying voicemail: still here, still trying. Number 2. Blood diving reflex. Picture this: you dunk your face into cold water, and suddenly your body thinks you're a seal. Heart rate drops, blood vessels constrict, and your body reroutes oxygen to your brain and heart, aka the only organs that actually matter right now. This is called the mammalian diving reflex, and yes, you have it even if you've never swum deeper than the hotel pool. It's an ancient survival mechanism meant to help mammals survive underwater by conserving oxygen. Sounds kind of useful, right? Except your body doesn't just use it when you're free diving for clams. Sometimes it randomly kicks in during intense trauma like drowning, suffocation, or even cardiac arrest. Your body basically enters aquatic panic mode, shoving resources into vital organs while everything else starves. It's eerie because it can make someone look dead, pale skin, slow heart, barely moving, when in reality their body is pulling an emergency submarine maneuver. In rare cases, this reflex has literally saved drowning victims by keeping their brains alive long after they should have been toast. So congratulations, you have an inner walrus. It's just that instead of helping you win Olympic gold in swimming, it usually shows up during the scariest moments of your life. Number 1. Shock shutdown mode. When things go really bad, like catastrophic injury bad, your body sometimes throws the emergency kill switch: hypovolemic shock. Blood pressure plummets, skin goes cold and clammy, and you start fading like someone unplugged your charger mid-game. This isn't your body giving up, it's trying to preserve what little energy and oxygen are left. Think of it like your system shutting off non-essentials to keep the core running. Digestion gone, warm fingers and toes? Optional, consciousness itself. Let's put that on standby. It's a survival tactic designed to keep you alive long enough for help or fate to decide what happens next. But from the outside, it looks horrifying. Pupils blown wide, lips blue, barely responsive. You're basically auditioning for Corpse Extra while your body frantically juggles resources in the background. The disturbing part, shock is both your body's best shot at survival, and also one of the fastest ways to die if untreated. Your system gambles, slow down everything, hope the bleeding stops, maybe you make it. Sometimes it works, sometimes not so much. Basically, your body is that unreliable friend who swears they'll handle it while clearly not handling anything. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.